It's July 17th, 2018. I'm fishing Green Bay. I went out of Shooter's dock and fishing with my nephew Brandon today. Had a little bit of success on Sunday, and I was optimistic about going out today and seeing if I could find the same fish and make more of them bite today. They were calling for a north wind at 10 miles an hour on this side of the bay that can cause fairly rough conditions, and today was no exception. The water was coming over the break wall when we launched. We kind of considered going somewhere else, maybe a little sturgeon where it's a little more protected, but we decided we were just going to brave it, and if we didn't like the results, we'd come back and to figure out some other place to fish. If this is your first time here, I'm an avid fisherman. I live in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I fish the Winnebago chain as much as I can. I also fish Green Bay for walleyes and Lake Michigan for salmon when I get the opportunity. In an effort to be a better fisherman, I'm documenting 100 fishing trips in 2018 and posting the results on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you want to follow along. Hit the bell icon if you want to make sure you get all the videos. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or feedback. It was a little hard running. Couldn't go very fast most of the time because of the 2.5, 3 foot waves. But it wasn't so bad. We were able to mark some fish and get some lines down, and we had a few problems with a tangled line, but all in all, it was a pretty good day to fish. I was marking the same fish as I was the other day, but I was marking a lot more bait fish. So we basically just trolled. I trolled the same paths I did Sunday to start with, and then I was just looking for other structure. We caught the first fish basically by accident. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to the depth, and we were set up to troll in 24 feet of water, and I steered the boat into about 8 feet of water, so the lures had to be bouncing off the bottom, and that's when we picked up the first fish. The light kind of went on, and hey, maybe there's a pattern here. So we ran around, took another troll, and didn't catch a fish. Caught more weeds this time than we did before. We did it again, the same pattern, and sure enough, we caught 2 more fish on that troll. Did it a few more times without any success, and then we went off to find other structures. We found a reef not too far. I think they call it the North Reef and the South Reef. I'm not positive that's what it was located on the map. I was marking fish closer to the transition than on the reef. We tried to jig those up. We're experimenting with the shiver minnows that people seem to be having success with. Not real sure what we're doing. We just kind of put them down and see if we could jig them up, basically. Caught a few rocks with zebra mussels on them, but we didn't really connect with a fish. So we ended up trolling back without success. We got another tight line tangle. To have to try to figure that out. It seems like we were putting our lines. We were only trolling 4 lines, and it seems like we had them far enough apart, and they'd still, we make a minor turn, they still get tangled. So I don't know if it's something with the way the flicker sheds are running. If when we did the turn, if they're just going too fast and they break away. But it's something I have to figure out, maybe just not make those turns. I was a little annoyed with myself after we were done fishing. There are a lot more techniques than just trolling, and I wish I would have spent more time thinking about how to get the fish, on the weed line like they must have been. I kept wanting to make sure I knew what depth they were at, when watching more closely when they'd bite. The depth that we'd actually get the bite on the board, and when we didn't get another bite, I kind of, I guess, gave up on that. But there were still a lot more options. Could have trolled or drifted with Carolina rigs, or we could have trolled bottom bouncers, just holding the rods, and had a lot more control of the depth. Or maybe it had calmed down later in the morning. One option may have gone to crawler harnesses. I talked to somebody at the dock after, and he said he caught 6 fish on crawler harnesses. Later in the morning, it wasn't so rough, and I must not have been paying attention to the changing conditions, and I had everything set up for the crawler harnesses, but I never went to them. I think I missed an opportunity by not going that way. So this was trip 62 of 100 of my effort to be a better fisherman. Hit the subscribe button if you want to follow along. We caught 3 countable walleyes today, makes a total of 104 for the year. And with this information, let's get out and fish.